there. If you are joining me here on YouTube, you might have saw the news on TikTok, but I wanted to create a YouTube video for this as well. So for those of you that have been following my journey, I need a kidney transplant, a second one. I've already had one, and I started dialysis this past September 2020. I did hemodialysis, and then I switched to home peritoneal dialysis a couple months after that, and it's just been one complication after another. Well, if you've been following, you might know that I've had 4 kidney offers, 4 surgeries fall through within like a 2 to 3 month time span, for just different reasons each time. However, I have some news, and I've been holding on to this for the longest time just because of everything that happened with the prior matches and the prior surgeries. They found another match through Johns Hopkins in the Parrot Exchange program, and I found out about 3 weeks ago. Surgery is this Wednesday, April 21st. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited I could cry. Like, honestly, it's just been so nerve-wracking, and I've been so anxious about everything. But I told myself that I was going to wait as long as possible before sharing this news, because it was just so heartbreaking the last time that this happened, because I ended up posting on social media about it, and then with less than 24 hours later, they canceled it, and I had to tell everybody again that it was canceled. So it was kind of traumatizing, and it's hard to, one, post that information, and then less than a day later you have to say, oh, psych, just kidding. So it's it's been interesting for sure. The past few weeks I've been dealing with peritonitis, and unfortunately the antibiotic that I have to be on, I am allergic to. And at first it was just 1 week, but then they tacked on another week, just to be on the safe side. And I actually stopped it today. I was supposed to take it up until the day before surgery, but I stopped it today because the allergic reaction just was getting worse. It was just confined to one area. It was just a rash, but it has spread pretty much everywhere on my body except for like here up. So, and I don't want it to spread to my face, but it's been super uncomfortable. I've been really miserable. I've been quite over dialysis. So this couldn't come at a better time. My donor is a donor in Colorado. The person is 30 years old, and that's all the information I have because you can't violate HIPAA rules. So I just know it's a 30-year-old donor, which is very close to my age because I'm how old am I? I think I'm 28. No. Oh shoot. I think I'll be 28. I'll be 28 this year. Sorry, I'm 27. But yeah, so the person that's donating is so close in age, only about 2 years older than me. So, and they said it's a really good match. So, Loki, stop it! And they're super excited for me. So, I just really, I can't wait. I just have one more thing to do, which is a COVID test tomorrow morning with my mom. My mom is donating on my behalf. She is not a match to me, but she's a good candidate to donate a kidney. So she will be donating on my behalf to somebody in Pennsylvania. So she's donating to somebody in Pennsylvania. I don't know how old the donor or the recipient is in Pennsylvania, but it's a shorter distance for where her kidney is going. Since mine is coming all the way from Colorado to Maryland, they have to fly it, obviously, and it's gonna come kind of at nighttime. So my surgery is gonna be super late in the day. My mom's will happen bright and early in the morning. So we are super, super excited. I'm just so grateful that my mom is gonna donate an organ. Yeah, so I will probably be in the hospital at minimum for 5 days. Unfortunately, because of COVID, there is no visitors allowed, especially since I will be immunocompromised, meaning I won't have an immune system, because when you receive an organ transplant, you take medications to suppress it because it has to trick your body into thinking that that's the organ you were born with. So no visitors are allowed. And it's kind of been tough on me to think about it like that because I remember the first time around when I was 19, I was a hot mess. The first 2.5 days are phenomenal after the surgery. Like, you feel great. Me personally, this is how I felt. I felt energetic. I felt great. Like, I felt like I had a new lease on life. But as soon as like that third day hit and they're pumping you full of the steroids and the immunosuppressant drugs to really get that kidney to take, I just was miserable, because your body's not used to all that medication, not used to all those steroids. And so my mood changed, my personality and attitude, like I was just miserable. And my body was, I was so anxious too because of the medication, the steroids. So I didn't know how to cope with it. And it was rough for sure. Obviously I was fine once I came home, once my body adjusted to this. I felt great, but just it was a little bit rough there during the hospital experience after the surgery, because those medications are heavy duty and they really do a number on you. So I'm a little nervous about that. I mean, it's kind of good in hindsight because my family doesn't have to deal with me in that state, but at the same time, it's like I struggle with anxiety, and I just remember that feeling of being restless and anxious, and they're just not good feelings. So I'm a little nervous about it, but it'll be okay. I'm much older now. I was 19 the first time around. I was still kind of a kid. I'm an adult now. I know, a little bit more about the process and how to help myself and stuff. So yeah, we're super, super excited. And I'm so glad that I'm able to share this news with you guys finally. Like I said, I just have to do a COVID test tomorrow morning, and same as my mom. And then we're in the clear. Pretty much all blood work is done. My goal is to go to the hospital with her at the same time, even though my surgery won't be till late in the day. Just because there's no visitors, it'd be nice for her to have somebody with her just until she goes back to the operating room. Now her hospital stay is going to be much shorter, because it's a laparoscopic procedure, so it's not super invasive like mine. Mine's a fully open procedure. So her hospital stay is 2 to 3 days, which is really great. It's minor scar, and her recovery time is about a month. So she won't have to be in there for long. Unfortunately, the whole day before, she has to have a clear liquid diet, though. I feel so bad for her. But it'll be fine. So, like I said, my hospital stay will be a minimum of 5 days. It could be more, could be less. It just depends on how I'm doing. And if the kidney starts working right away. Fingers crossed and prayers it does. It did when I had my first one, so hopefully it does this time around. Please excuse Loki here. And yeah, and then my recovery time is fully 3 months. The first month I can't drive. After 4 weeks I can start driving a vehicle, but all restrictions as far as lifting and being around a lot of people and like stuff like that, the full recovery time is 3 months. So, and thankfully my husband's work is letting him take a whole month off, and my family will be coming to help as well. But his work is allowing him to take a month off to help me during that first month where I can't drive. So yes, I am just so excited. I just been so like down the past couple of days dealing with this rash. I'm super uncomfortable. I have some home remedies that I'm going to try out. But I just really hope that this surgery works out, and that everything goes well and that this kidney lasts me a lot longer than the first one. So I know I'm eventually gonna have to do this again later in life, but you know, hopefully this one will actually last as long as they say a kidney normally lasts a transplant. So, which is on average like 10 to 15 years, sometimes even longer. I know people who have had their kidney for 20 to 30 years. So, hopefully I'm one of those this time. But yeah, so I'm really super excited. I'm going to keep you guys updated through the process. I'm going to try to film in the hospital as well through my recovery. I've got some great videos I'm going to try to get done the next 2 days of packing my hospital bag and, you know, things that I'm going to need after the surgery, medications, stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to keep you guys updated, and I'm going to go live on TikTok tonight to share the news with everybody as well. So, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for following my journey. It's still going to continue afterwards. I mean, it's not done with the kidney transplant. There's so much to do afterwards, and you know, you take medications for life. I'll be going to get blood work a couple times a week. There's a lot involved in it, in the recovery and even after recovery. So, but I mean, I'm just super excited to get my life back on track. I'm super excited to go back to school to finish my nursing degree, to get my career on track, and then also being able to start a family next year. We can't start trying to have kids until 1 year after the transplant. So that puts us at springtime next year. So I'm just excited to get my life back on track, to have my life back again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the prayers and well wishes. Please keep us in your prayers and hoping that this goes smoothly and that this happens for us and that the kidney takes to my body. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.